live. Welcome everybody to episode 9 of the Level Up Your Wealth podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Marcus Howard. Again, if you want to get a free shout out for your business, I'm getting ready to launch some esports tournaments. All you have to do is go to bit.ly/game on LinkedIn, and I'll get that scrolling here in the marquee here, and sign up for free. Winners of the tournaments get free business shout outs. It's that simple, it's that easy. And again, this is Level Up Your Wealth podcast. One of your other hosts, Mario. Introduce yourself, everyone.
What's going on, y'all? Hope all is well. Mario Payne in beautiful Jacksonville, Florida. I'm excited because my name is Mario, and we get to talk to a person who's creating Mario Kart in real life. So excited. So excited.
The future is here. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah. This your boy Josh with Emotional Ideas. You know, we got emotions and ideas. So I'm excited to share them today.
Now, you've been working on this close to 10 years now, right?
Yeah, man, since 2014. That's when the ideal and the path first started.
So tell us about it, man. Like, let us know, like, the creation, like, how did you come up with the concept and what the concept is?
All right. So first I start with Emotional Ideas. So we are a patented sports and entertainment tech company. You know, the goal is to take amusement products, attractions, and games that people grew up with and find a way to make them more relevant to the current generation. And so one of the projects I decided to start with was motorsports, or more specifically go-karts. And it's simple, you know, just how any idea started. You know, I went go-karting one day. I was stuck behind the person that was in front of me, and I was like, man, what if I could take a page out of the book of Mario Kart and throw like a turtle shell at him and slow him down? And then when I got off it, I just kept thinking about it, and I was talking to my friends and family, and they was like, man, since you can't stop talking about it, maybe you should be the one to make it happen. And so I set off on this journey trying to figure out how can I combine gaming technology with the real motor vehicles to create a whole new sport. And that's how battle racing was born. So now we're looking at a chance to be a part of history by bringing something impactful that could really, really impact this generation. And I think battle racing is that new sport that can do that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Everybody who's joining us in live, if you have any questions for Joshua or Mario, let us know in the chat. We see your questions. We'll get those posted up. Go ahead, Mario.
Now, I was just asking. So I know, like parks and recreation is like $1 billion industry. So, like, when you created this, did you think of this to kind of be a part of it, or you created this to just to kind of have something fun to do for the family to do, to kind of go on Saturday night and just kind of have fun?
First, it kind of first started as something for fun, and then it kind of morphed into like, wait a minute, we can make this a whole new sport. So it was something that was definitely progressive. As I kept working on it, I kept seeing new opportunities within the industry. You know, Marcus and I talk about esports all the time. So when I started to truly understand the condition of esports and how they were struggling to monetize the whole new industry, I was like, wait a minute, I think there might be some crossover here. And then that's kind of how we started to get into the side of recreational, and like, wait a minute, we can have a recreational league and then a pro league. This could be a whole new thing, and maybe this could save esports. So that's kind of how that kind of progressed.
So when you say recreational league and pro league, so your thought process is you're going to have two different leagues in one platform?
Yeah. So the way our technology works is our patent allows us to place this on both small engines as well as larger engines. So the small engines will be go-karts, obviously, but disclaimer, we only want to work with electric vehicles. So there'll be electric e-go-karts. And then the next phase from that would be larger scale vehicles to do a professional side of it. Now, don't get me wrong, go-karting is also a professional sport as well. A lot of people don't recognize it, but it is. But when I talk about in terms of professional, I'm talking about going for recreational, where we can have an open league for the general public that they can come in and participate and be a part of and be the best battle racer in their city, state, country. Maybe we fly you out to Japan. Now you're the best battle racer in the world. But then we turn around and have a bigger vehicle. You know that movie Gran Turismo that just came out? Kind of what we kind of trying to do with that. Put the gamers on real vehicles and see, if we can truly start a league on real moving vehicles.
That's interesting. Now the pro leagues, will they be like professional drivers? Will they be like celebrities that have like their own leagues, like how kind of Red Bull does? Like, what's your thought process with the pro leagues?
I do want to kind of follow the plan of traditional motorsports where you have a sponsor and the sponsor sponsors your team. But I think what would make this a little bit different than traditional motorsports is traditional motorsports like Formula One is like a pay to play. You got to have enough money to buy and build the fastest vehicle, have the team. Well, that's one thing I love about gaming. No matter how good you are, we still got the same console, and it's up to your immediate or your individual skills to say that you're better than me. So Emotional Ideal sets out to be that company that basically will license out these vehicles to the teams that people can license from us and then utilize. So think about like how Wilson is to the NFL or Spalding basketball is to the NBA. That's how we see our battle console to this new battle racing sport.
Oh, that's dope. So
shout out to Timothy. Timothy's actually really interested in that concept. He writes on LinkedIn. He says he'd love to be a league commissioner for something like this. So I'm going to connect with him offline. But go ahead, Mario.
The commissioner. I like that. I like that. I like that. And I like that. I like that segue too. Like thinking about Spalding from a basketball standpoint. So because your point, like when it comes to NASCAR today, if you have a better car, if it's souped up more, you have a competitive advantage. But on the basketball court, it's just me and you. Like, so if I'm facing LeBron, right, probably gonna lose. So definitely like the skills really pay the bills with that concept.
Agreed. That equal playing field is something I think will allow battle racing to be a sport that everyone could enjoy. Speaking of, I've been asking everybody this question lately, and I want to ask you all this question. So my goal or my dream desire is to take a professional race car driver versus a professional gamer. Who do you guys think will win battle racing? The gamer or the driver? The one that can strategize or the one that understands driving mechanics?
I'm gonna go with the gamer because I think you can get better at driving over time, but I think like having that instinct of power ups and that strategy, that's just another level of competition that you have to understand.
Yes.
Right.
You see, 1A, I would actually say a professional driver because he or she, Danica Patrick, like they've been there, done that. They've done all the twists and turns. They wouldn't be scared to kind of they wouldn't throttle down going through a turn, probably like a gamer would at first. Gamers are more aggressive because when you game, if you die, you're still living. If you're driving, you die. So it's a little bit different. But I would probably think just a driver because it just have more experience. What you think, Joshua?
I've been back and forth in my mind so many times with this. If I just had to ultimately pick, you have drivers that have a level of gaming skill in some sense, even if it's novice. But the fact that they, to your point, Mario, they understand overtake, they understand throttling up, throttling down, getting around those corners. I don't know. They might have a slight advantage only because, these are physical moving vehicles. But I think if the gamer, because I like to put myself in the shoes of a gamer. If I was to race against a professional driver, I think I'd give him a run for his money. But, I watch a lot of YouTube videos with drivers and how there's a lot of things to think about when to turn and when to go around the corner. And, man, it's a science.
Yeah. So you know what that means then, right?
Everybody that's tuning in too, let us know in the chat. Who would you vote for? If you had to put your money on a race, would you vote for and bet on the gamer or bet on the driver?
I don't see the chat. So y'all definitely put that in the chat and let me know. But what needs to happen then? That means that once the league starts up, we got to have a tournament. Yeah. And Marcus is Marcus's tournament, of course, right? Marcus, and we find out, and let us find out. I think that would be a great idea.
Now we did get a chance to see halfway of this scenario with eSIM racing. There were scenarios where they took professional race car drivers versus gamers on the eSIM, and I heard a lot of professional drivers were upset because the eSIM drivers were beating them. But again, that's eSIM. That's not the physical car. So the gamers won that one. So let's flip it to the other side. Let's get it off the machines and into real vehicles. Now let's run it back again and see who comes back. So yeah, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, and to I think
or
that's
you had
why
made a statement earlier about go ahead.
No, go ahead, Marcus. Go ahead.
Yeah. You had made a joke earlier about like how when you die in a video game you come back, but if you die in racing, like that's it, right? Right, you only live once. So I know you talked about this a lot, Joshua. You put safety kind of first as a priority. It's
yes.
first top of mind for what you do in this experience. Can you talk a little bit about that? How people can feel comfortable that they can
Yeah.
have fun but also be safe?
Yeah. So the first thing is go-karts been around since 1956. Okay. So, that's something that's standard. Our product that we'll be placing on these vehicles is off-the-shelf electric, already vetted vehicles. So that's the first thing. Secondly, we're going above that, being that we're choosing only electric vehicles. Being that we're choosing only electric vehicles, we have a lot of more things that we've built into it. So we have rear view cameras, of course, the 4-point seatbelts. We have artificial intelligence that we're building into the system, kind of like we call her Brea, battle racing assistant interface. So she talks to you while you race, kind of give you tips and tricks and things of that nature. Um, of course, suspension systems around the vehicle, so if there's any bumping, but go-karts are kind of designed with that barrier around them anyways. So we want to go above it, and it's really more so on the software side of things, where we kind of can tap into it, or speak to the driver if they're kind of doing the most, or remotely slow you down if you're just kind of going out of control. But for the most part, I think when people hear about battle racing, they think of like death race, but it's not death race, people.
Mad Max.
What really makes it special is that your vehicles really will slow down every time they take damage. So you're really not as going as fast as you would think you would be if you got landmines and people can shoot you or slow you down. So it's really a game of you trying to manage your speed to get back up to optimal speed. So you really, for the most of the race, will be driving possibly slower than optimal speed because of the constant damage of the landmines and such of that nature.
So tell us about the course design. Like, so what's involved with that? How many obstacles do you usually have within a course? Is a course interchangeable where you can change courses? So a person, 1 week is one course, something totally different, different, different terrain, different obstacles in different places. So tell us about the course design.
Yeah, so I really want to change that as well. As you know, NASCAR typically has that big oval. Now, they got other designs of the track, but that's the most famous design when you think about NASCAR. Formula One has that kind of that longer terrain where you have corners and such. I want to have a mix of the two worlds, but I would like for it to be in an arena-like environment. So in our mind, what we're envisioning is, again, a 2-floor go-kart track. And on that track, we have things such as acceleration zones, deceleration zones, landmines that change colors. And we even introduced something that I like to call Joker lanes. So it's one lane splits into 3 directions and combines on the other end. So the track is essentially like an obstacle course as you race around it. And with that being said, Marcus, I think it's time to show you guys the surprise. I've been waiting to show you this whole time. Then that video, we can answer some more questions after that.
This is the world.
Yes.
The world premiere. It's like a Yo MTV Raps.
Hi, we are Emotional Ideas Incorporated. I'm Brea, your battle racing assistant interface. Do you have what it takes to battle race? Let's begin training. Introducing the Battle Console RS1 prototype system, a hyper-immersive gaming console combining physical go-kart racing with advanced gaming technology and a custom game action steering wheel with a first-of-its-kind upper and lower dual dashboard display. The lower dashboard displays the speedometer, clear position, lap count, and rage meter. The upper dashboard is where the main action takes place. Battle gauge. The battle gauge is your vehicle's health meter and reflects the damage your vehicle takes on. To maintain health and speed, be on the lookout for purple landmines. Power items. Virtual power items are what establishes battle racing as a new combat motorsport genre. Each driver will be granted 2 power items at a time. Hold the A button to activate, and depending on the type of power item activated, line up with the vehicle ahead, and press and hold either R1 or L1 buttons to fire. Once deployed, 2 more items will be uploaded. Rear view. The Battle Console introduces a rear view camera that will help you better strategize safely around opponents, and can be adjusted via your viewing console. Selfie camera. A unique feature of the Battle Console is the live stream camera located in your cockpit. This streams your battle race in real time onto local TV screens and social media platforms for your friends and family to watch. Landmines. These innovative landmine floor tags constantly change color throughout the race, providing either an advantage or disadvantage when driven over. For example, green is a quick speed boost, red is major damage, and purple will restore your health. Battle score. Each driver is rewarded with a battle score based on their player position. At the end of the race, your battle score will reflect your placement on the national and global tier rankings. Good luck, players. You have what it takes to battle race? Join the revolution now.
Oh yeah.
Wait, time. So first off, while we're talking, can we keep this up? Because I got as many questions about everything, and I want everybody to see it while I speak, right? So first off, can you just go all the way back to the front, Marcus, and we can just pause and talk
All
about
right,
this?
all right.
And
Okay.
please, you guys in the chat, man, please comment, ask questions, because this is amazing. I'm kind of speechless. So hit play one more time.
Yeah. Let me know when to stop.
Okay.
We are Emotional Ideas Incorporated. I'm Bria, your battle racing assistant interface.
Okay, can you pause that? Can you pause that for a second? All right, so I know you kind of talked about Brea, but just so again, so while you're driving, is Brea actually talking to you?
Yes. So just like Iron Man, you know Jarvis. You know how Iron Man had Jarvis. That's
Yeah.
what's the inspiration for Brea. So like I said, as you actually race, she talks to you, gives you tips and tricks. You know, Mario, you're on lap 3. You're running low on health. Look for purple landmines. You have one more lap before the end of the race. You can do it. She even encourages you. So that's a system that we want to keep feeding and educating her to where she's almost autonomous. So there may be an opportunity for us to integrate some Chat GPT in there. So I'm just letting you know. So I'm excited.
Well, okay. So you say you might be able to integrate. So how would you be able to integrate? Don't give us your secret sauce, but how would you be able to integrate ChatGPT into Brea?
Well, you know, that whole feedback, communicating with her, and then so she would be able to interpret what you're saying and communicate back to you as long as it's around the, you know, aspects of the race itself.
Wow, that's awesome. And we had a comment from JK Fighting from Asia. So awesome. He said, I thought exactly this concept a few years ago. Mario Kart IRL, love it. So cool. That's awesome. All right, you hit play again. Y'all have questions, Marcus? You can take over, but I'm just like I'm floored. I'm just floored right now. Maybe because
So
my name's
right here
Marcus.
we got this battle racing. Looks like an arena. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So my goal is I want to create them like I kind of call it like a city hub, and my goal is to essentially create like a battle racing mini arena in each major city across the globe. So my goal would be each city would have its own recreational league for the general public. So therefore we can have rankings. You know, you're the best battle racer in Memphis, so we fly you out to Nashville. Now you're the best battle racer in Tennessee, so we fly you out to Florida. You see? So we want to better have rankings to know where you stand. Again, I want to take that online gaming experience and make it a physical reality. So I want to create a community where people are coming to this battle racing arena every day they get off of work just so they can race at least once or twice to get their rankings up. Again, it's a part of the video game environment, but in the physical world. Essentially, Ready Player One at an actual physical facility.
You don't
Wow.
have that in NASCAR or Formula One, or really even like the pro go-karting scene, right?
No.
Like I don't know here in Tampa Bay where I could just go like try to go compete in a professional circuit on the high-end go-karts.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they got some little mini leagues you can join in some of these recreational places like at K1. But again, to your point, if I was a real NASCAR or Formula One fan, I can't experience that. And I think that's what would give battle racing a leg up is that, you know, one day when battle racing is a professional sport that's watched on TV, you can go to your local city and say, well, I'm gonna be the best battle racer in my city. And maybe that's a chance for you to climb through the ranks to where you could be a professional battle racer that's picked up by some type of sponsored team that has a pro team. Hey man, we've been watching you in your city. You're constantly always number one. We think you got what it takes to kind of cross over to the pro leagues.
Wow. And I'm thinking from a revenue standpoint, like this could be like like a Top Golf. I'm pretty sure you're
Most
familiar
definitely.
with Top Golf. Like, is that what you're thinking that?
Most
Because
definitely.
I know you can have two leagues, but from a recreational standpoint, is that kind of the thought process to drive business?
Most definitely. They say if you stay anywhere within an hour and a half, you're going to want to eat. So we got bleachers. we want to make this a spectatable sport. And my goal is to have cash prize tournaments at the end of every month based off of your placements. So, again, this could be a place where people that love esports and gaming and motorsports can just hang out and come watch people race and cheer people on as they participate.
Well, so you're gonna have bleach. So you're gonna have concessions too, where people can. Now I don't know if they're gonna get drunk though, but I mean, you can't be drinking and driving now. You know what I'm saying?
No, you can't be drinking and driving.
Yeah, but concessions so they can have finger foods or food while they watch people.
Yeah. So my goal is to kind of have like a food court type of environment where you have different options.
Wow.
And then you have a bleacher area around it. On this video, you should be able to see it. I have another video that goes deep into the facility, but there's like clips in this video where you can kind of see like the bleachers around and the jumbotron hanging down and the monitors around. So yeah, that's one thing that I think is going to really make this type of go-karting venue different than your standard local go-karting facilities. That this place is made to kind of house tournaments.
A jumbotron. Wow. Okay. This racing is hot. You play. You can play.
We'll jump back into the video.
Yeah.
Battle race. Let's begin training. Introducing the Battle Console RS1 prototype system.
So
before you jump to the console, you had your own merchandise too, right? Looks like that's a custom jumpsuit.
Yeah. That's a jumpsuit we took and customized. But yeah, we got some merch coming. Everybody be asking about them jumpsuits. If I sell them jumpsuits, people better buy them. But yeah, we got some merch coming.
So what we see here is the actual the interface, right? So literally, we're taking a go-kart, making it electric, and then putting technology inside of it. Am I mistaken with that?
Yeah. So right now we're taking off-the-shelf vehicles. One day we might have a chance and the motivation to build our own, but right now it's easier just to take off-shelf vehicles, take off the steering wheel, take off the body shell, attach our display screens, attach our gamified steering wheel and our sensors and electrical components around the body and underlay of the vehicle. So yeah. So again, this is just a prototype. So the next one should look a little bit more sexier than this one, but this is a proof of concept.
And
so this vehicle exists right now today.
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, I just got them shipped to my home city. So we just started a YouTube channel called Battle Racing Live. So if y'all want to check out those tournaments, we're going to let people try it out and have a little one versus one tournaments in them.
Now, from a technology standpoint, how were you able to get the tech to talk to each other? Because I'd imagine, especially these vehicles going so fast, it might be some type of lag. So how was you able to pair up the tech to talk to each other?
So first, the systems are they can communicate vehicle to vehicle. Then it takes the information and sends it to the CPU, the master hub. But it doesn't have to send it to the master hub until like the end of the race or checkpoints during the race. So for the most part, your vehicle is really just speeding up and slowing down based off the health of your vehicle. That's really the gist of it. At the end of it is where you get your points and battle coins and things of that nature. So right now, it's just cart-to-cart communication. As I shoot you, your vehicle recognizes that it was hit. It deducts your health. Your vehicle goes slower, and now it keeps going. You drive over a purple landmine, your health go back, your speed increases again. So again, it's just a game of your speed decreasing and increasing until the end of the race.
Now, do you know while you're driving how many points have been accumulated?
No. Okay. But right now we got kind of two ways to play the game. And the first way is you just receive points based off of what position of the race you're ended in, and that's called your battle score. But on our next phase, we're going to introduce what we call achievement points. Achievement points are additional per lap points that you can earn during the race. And so there might be a chance for you to kind of see what you accumulated, but it would really be a guess into the end of the race. End of the race, you see your player position, you see, whatever penalties that you may have, then you see whatever achievement points you have, and then you have your final battle score. And that's the score that will determine whether or not you go up and down the tier rankings.
Awesome. I want to play it some more, Marcus, please.
All right, let's do that.
A hyper-immersive gaming console combining physical go-kart racing with advanced gaming technology.
You pause it? So like that the interface before is that what like you actually see as a driver, or is that what the public sees on the jumbotron?
Oh, that's what you see as the driver. So that's your upper and lower display. I call the lower display your mini screen. So your mini screen is just your racing in-game like diagnostic, place of the race, lap count, speedometer, rage meter, and things of that nature. Your upper screen is where you really have, your health bar, your power items, your rear view camera, your selfie camera, things of that. That's all on the upper screen.
Yeah, this is so cool, man. So
Thank
so you can see yourself. And you may have answered this, and I'm asking a lot of questions. You guys, I can't see the chat, so if y'all have questions, please chat away, man. But like I'm like floored right now. So as a person watching this, because I know you had like the Instagram with like the likes,
Mhm.
whatever it was, it had the likes
Yep.
interface. So literally, if I'm watching this, I'm able to see this as well.
So you're able to see just so there's a clip on here, Marcus, where it just shows the mobile companion app. So what you're talking about, the mobile app. So how we designed it is what you see at the top right corner is what you see as a driver, just showing that you are live, how many people are watching you. And if people are choosing to support you or cheer you on, you'll see the emojis as they go up. So just find a way to kind of integrate the spectator experience remotely with the driver so he feels more connected to those that are watching. We kind of did that as a stepping stone to make this a spectatable sport. But from a spectator side, you have your mobile phone, your tablet, or whatever you're on your social media. So the goal would be, let's say Mario, you and I are friends on Facebook. I'm at a place and I'm battle racing live. You would get a notification that says that Joshua is battle racing live, which you like to watch. And so from the comfort of your home on your mobile device, you can see what place of the race I am, what lap I'm on. You can see the comment section, what people are saying. You can even see my health, my battle gauge. You can see how much health I have on my vehicle. So you can legitimately watch the race from home and cheer me on.
Man, that's so dope. Like, so right now, like, say for NASCAR, like, while they're driving, like, they know if they're winning or not winning, but like, they don't know how the public is reacting to the moves they made. Like, it might be a
Right,
crash,
right.
right? And like, it might not be their fault, but they might think it's their fault. So it's like the whole fight or flight. So I think this is going to really separate, like, emotionally, it's going to separate the good drivers from the bad drivers, because you might have people that's like, boo you right now. And instead of kind of going into your shell and slowing down and not driving, it's going to make you want to be a better driver. You know what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely. Most definitely.
That
And that's a microphone in your
dope.
helmet too, so everyone can hear what you're saying as well. Now, of course, if you guys are chatting, the driver is not safe for the driver to see the chats. So the driver can't respond to you all or see chats. He just sees thumbs up or sad faces or hearts, and he can see how many people are watching him live. That's all he can see because he should be focusing on the race. But yes, that's the
dope.
motivation. Yeah.
That's dope. And so the interface, so I'm able to see my battle gauge, my energy shield.
Mm-hmm. GPS, rear view camera, and power items. Yeah. And at the top right just shows you what platforms you chose to be live on. Say if you only want to be live on YouTube and Twitch, well, them the only two bubbles that will light up.
Oh, that's dope. This is dope, man. This is dope. I'm like a kid in a candy store right now, Marcus.
Had a lot of time to think about it.
I'm like a kid. So like when when people say like when you game it brings the kid out of you. Like
Yeah.
I'm acting like a big kid right now. All right, we keep on going.
All right.
And a custom game action steering wheel with a first of its kind upper and lower dual dashboard display.
Oh, that's dope too.
So this is Brea, right? And you got the
Yeah, so this
meter.
is the mini screen. Yeah, so this is the screen at the bottom. Just shows you just quick racing info to let you know what's going on during the race.
Okay.
This is awesome.
The lower dashboard displays the speedometer, player position, lap count, and range meter. The upper dashboard is where the main action takes place. Battle gauge. The battle gauge is your vehicle's health meter and reflects the damage your vehicle takes on. To maintain health and speed, be on the lookout for purple landmines.
So keep pause that right there.
Power items. Power items are what establishes battle.
So yeah, so those landmines. So the purple was more like the go, and the red or the orange was like stop or danger.
So the purple restores 10% of your health. So it restores your health back to your gauge. So each notch is 10% of your speed. So when you drive over, if you're constantly getting shot at and you're constantly losing speed and you're constantly driving over damaging landmines, there needed to be something in the game that can help you get your speed, your health back up. That's why I said it's a game of strategy. And so that's something the driver will have to get used to, that the gamer should automatically understand, that I need to maintain optimal speed at all times or as much as possible. So yes, the purple restores 10% of your health.
I'm because it's all about, it's not all about business, but it's kind of ways to scale. Like, wouldn't it be great, like, if it's like danger, danger sponsored by Allstate. We're here to protect you, just like we want to protect you from a landmine. Like, I mean, so like from a sponsorship
Yep.
standpoint, you can have corporations sponsor things. Like, if something that goes
Yep.
fast, it would be like JetBlue. Going fast, sponsored by JetBlue. We'll get you in and out the gate in seconds. I mean, so I'm
Yeah.
just thinking from a scaling
Yeah.
standpoint, it's just so many opportunities.
Yes, it is.
For companies to support, to sponsor. Oh my gosh.
So JetBlue and Allstate, hit me up.
Really? Okay.
And are you planning on doing decals on the cars as well, like you would see in traditional motorsports?
Listen, one thing I love about doing battle racing is that we believe in emotional ideas, that we have the ability to leverage the strengths of both the gaming and the motorsport industries. We want to combine those strengths so we can create a whole new industry vertical that has all the advantages of the existing traditional sports and none of their weaknesses. And I think combining those two sports allows us to do just that. That's why I'm excited about this.
That is so
Let me
dope.
hit play.
Combat motorsport genre. Each driver will be granted 2 power items at a time. Hold the A button to activate, and depending on the type power item activated,
So can you
climb
pause
the
that?
vehicle ahead.
So the A button, that's just like Mario Kart. Like, if I win something, I have to hit the button to activate it. So kind of the same thought process, right?
Yeah. So, the steering wheel is a gaming controller. So I want to get rid of things like accidental press. So you have to actually hold the button to actually activate. And if you let it go before the circle finishes going clockwise, then you got to hold it again. It resets. So if you really want to confirm that this is the power item you want to activate, you hold it and it confirms all the way around. So yeah.
That's dope. And accidental press is real too.
Yes.
Sometimes in a good way, sometimes in a bad way.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The R1 or L1 buttons to climb. Once deployed, 2 more items will be uploaded.
I saw something there, Energy Shield. Joshua, can you talk a little about Energy Shield? It was on X.
Yeah. So, like, when I studied Sonic Team Racing, Crash Team Racing, Mario Kart. Like, I just been studying all the combat racing games. And I was like, I need to have a way that you can protect yourself, but it got to not be overkill. So your energy shield is a button that's on your steering wheel that as you press it, your vehicle basically becomes invulnerable to all attacks. There's landmines, that's getting shot at, there's EMP blast, any type of damage. As long as you have that button held, your vehicle will be invulnerable. But keep in mind, the longer you hold that button, the more of your energy shield will quickly deplete. And then you can't use it anymore if you used all of it until it recharges or it comes back.
And so that's why you continue to say it's a game of strategy.
Yes.
Rear view. The battle console introduces a rear view camera.
That's dope. That's dope. The rear view. Yeah, I ain't just peeped at the first time. That's dope. So me as a driver, I can see that. Then also people that's watching online or streaming it, they can see the rear view if they want to have that view as well.
So we're working on that. I'm working on a 360 feature. So if you're watching remotely, you may have the ability to change your camera view. So you may be able to swap through selfie to rear view to a 360 camera to look around you. So we're trying to look into ways to make the spectator experience very engaging.
Oh my gosh, this is dope, man. This is dope.
Components can be adjusted to your gaming console. Selfie camera. A unique feature of the battle console is the live stream camera located in your cockpit.
Who doesn't like a selfie?
Battle race in real time on
Right.
Okay, so this is the actual
There's the
thought
jumbotron,
process.
right?
You see the track, see the bleachers over there, see the screen, see the jumbotron. This is a sport, guys. This ain't just listen. People call it an attraction ride. I call it an attraction sport.
This is
I
this
see that
is
spectator
dope.
area. You got like a whole risers on the left side, so you can order food and just sit and watch, not even drive.
Right. Or you see there's like a second floor where you can have like a suite where
Yeah,
you have like a balcony where you have like a suite where you can watch it from there. And we might sell different food there that's not offered down there on the
yeah.
floor.
That is a great idea. That is a great idea. The suite, and then of course it could be you can have membership, right? The
Yep.
different levels of membership.
Yep.
Um, I like that idea. I like that. And then of course, if you're in the suite, then of course maybe you can't have some wine and spirits. You may
There
have to
you go.
sign a disclosure that
There
you're
you
going to be
go. Because
driving
remember,
for the next 12 hours.
Can't drive,
yeah.
right?
Because again, you remember, this is a sport. So I want to set it up to where, again, this is for the general public. So at the end of every month, we're going to see the top racers in their city and let them come out and race for a cash prize tournament. That's a monthly thing. So people are now looking forward. You may not have made the rankings this month, but you keep coming back so you can get your score up so you can participate in the next month.
Wow. So is this something that you think it, for the drivers, because people work different times of the day, and then of course I would imagine on the weekend it's gonna be more drivers, so it's gonna be tough to kind of navigate through the course. So is this something that's gonna be like a 24/7, like a gym type of situation where it's open 24/7 so drivers can drive, or have you thought about what the hours would be to kind of monetize off of that?
Yeah, it'll probably be a standard hours of like maybe 10 a.m. to maybe 12 or 1 o'clock at night type of deal.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Because I know everyone's going to want to race so they can get their points up that day.
Right.
For TV screens and social media platforms.
Oh, that's
There you
dope.
go.
That's
There you go. So
dope.
that's the mobile app. So you can see
That's
what
dope.
location they're racing at. You can see, the health of the vehicle, the player stats, their ranking level, their tier ranking, their position, lap count. As you see, there's a chat option where you can kind of like message people that's watching. So again, it's just taking the same experience you would get from Instagram or anyone going live, but now it's from a perspective of the driver. And of course, the driver can speak, so you'll hear him or hear he or she as they speak.
And then I'm thinking about from a sponsorship standpoint too. Sponsor.
Mhm.
Final lap sponsored by whoever.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Oh, that's that's that. Man,
So
this is
now you see
awesome.
the cash prize tournaments can also be streamed every month. So let's say it's packed out, you couldn't get a seat to watch the cash prize tournament locally. So now you can watch it remotely,
Right.
and that whole
It's a
tournament
lot.
that week was sponsored.
Wow. And to your point, to take this, global, you're able to have different people in different countries, different
There you go.
continents. Um,
So I'm glad you
man,
said that. So think about it like this: at the end of every month in each city will have their own individual cash prize tournaments. But at the end of every year, I want to take the best battle racer in each city and fly them to a specific track, and we stream that specific battle race for all the best battle racers of each maybe state or each country that year. So let's say you race that whole year, and Marcus, we crown you as the best battle racer in America. So now you're representing America on the global battle racing tournament that we have at the end of every year. Then everybody points reset for the next year.
oh, that's dope. I mean, it's a cash prize, but you can think about just how many people is going to be on the platform watching that.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my gosh. So so so
Yeah, that's
this is a true. My apologies, Marcus, but this is like a true mix of esports and physical sports into one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now,
And a lot of people, it's no secret that major racing organizations have an aging fan base, and that they're struggling to reach the youth and minority audiences. So what are the youth and minority audiences doing right now? They're gaming. So that means we got a chance to merge both of those demographics, and I think we got a chance to have a mega sport.
so I mean, we do have Marcus Esports Howard with us. So,
Yes, we do.
have you ever seen? Maybe the concept, but have you ever seen esports and physical sports merge like this before, Marcus?
Joshua and I have talked about this for years. I've seen some hybrid sports that are trying to do that. There's one that's kind of dodgeball focused, right? Obviously, we got sim racing, but I've never seen anything like this. And I think one of the brilliant things about this is, as he mentioned at the end of the year, that it resets so that everybody starts at ground zero. I think one of the limiting, the limiting factors for sustainability and scale in the major esports space is that, especially in the franchise leagues, it's only a handful of teams that are locked into that opportunity, and everyone else can't compete on the major stage. And we actually just saw the Overwatch League, right, which is Activision Blizzard. They just basically canceled the Overwatch League. They're looking at figuring out ways to rebuild it. But
Wow.
that franchise league structure is naturally or structurally exclusive, right? You've got over 3 billion people around the world who play video games. And you're saying the only people who get to compete on the world or the country's biggest stage are these 50 to 100 people, right? When potentially you've got people who are, or average gamers, not average gamers, but people who are not on those teams who could legitimately like out compete these other teams, but they don't get the opportunity.
Yep.
So now you have in battle racing, now you have that opportunity to set that up.
Yeah, it's gonna be one for the ages, man. We got so much stuff up our sleeve regarding this. It's like I almost want to say, even if we get the pro league up, I feel like and that's another thing too. When the last time you guys seen a league for the general public? I'm talking about with sponsorships, streaming rights for the general public. So any Joe Blow can come in and just, I'm telling you, like, we give the people are entertaining. We see that with social media influencers and YouTube. You got, back in the day, you had to do a lot to be a celebrity. Now you just have enough followers, and now people know who you are. So imagine giving that same power to the general sports professionals.
Wow. Everybody wants to be a sports professional.
Right. Everybody wants to be a celebrity.
So that means technically you could be an average Joe Blow, and Allstate call you and say, "Hey, can we sponsor you every time you race? Can you wear our jacket with our logo every time you race?"
Yeah, and I would think from a cost standpoint, like it would be more cost effective to do it that way than to go through your NASCARs and spend millions of dollars on something, and then you're reaching a lot more people this way as well, between the streaming compared to like the big TV networks kind of taking over with NASCAR and Indy. So I think it would actually be smart for large corporations to hop on this and sponsor the driver in Tennessee, sponsor the driver in Florida. It's going to cost less, and it might be more eyeballs.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, Marcus. Didn't the Guinness Book of World Records say that Mario Kart was one of the most influential games in the world?
Yeah. It's that and no, that's that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So another question for Mr. Esports. So then, why do you think that companies, and I know this is part of your coaching, which I strongly recommend people to hit that bit.ly link for the coaching, but why do you think companies have not taken advantage of this huge market of individuals that they can market to, profit, and then help, of course, the gamers? Marcus, why do you think companies just have not, just that aha moment haven't happened yet?
I think number one, they're intimidated by it because they don't know it, right? Again, you think about social media 20 years ago. People who were kind of pioneers for social media were probably having a very similar conversation what we're having right now. And now 20 years later, like everybody has multiple social media channels, on multiple platforms. But that's because now social media has become mainstream. And while gaming is mainstream, kind of the brand integration of gaming is not yet mainstream. That's number one. Number two, it's just too cost prohibitive. I can't name specific platforms, but I know that some of the larger advertising platforms in gaming, it's a minimum of $50,000 just to get your brand into that ecosystem, right? So some small and medium businesses, like in your local community, if we're talking about these being in Memphis or Tampa, right? Let's say the coffee shop in Memphis, they might not have $50,000 as a total budget for advertising, let alone to put all into one platform. So they can't afford to engage because the barrier to entry is too high.
But now we have this general public
in local markets where you can have like local brands support the local community and local players, the middle school, high school, college, senior citizens. This is something that everybody can do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
This is awesome.
I really think this is going to change how we see. And Marcus has heard me say this so many times. And when I first said it, I wasn't as confident, but I'm really confident now. I really think this could bring esports out of the rut that it's in, because the issue is the monetization structure. I really think this could change a lot of that, because we don't have to reinvent the wheel. This now gives us a legitimate reason to just basically copy after traditional sports and how they make revenue. I think that's kind of the thing with esports now. They were kind of trying to figure out a new way to make revenue. Well, with this, it's still a motorsport. Let's just do what they've been doing for years.
Right.
We just now got a new platform that's now more entertaining, and it reaches a broader audience.
And one of the challenges that esports orgs and teams have had is just not having like any ownership of the IP or any influence for how the business operates, especially because it's all digital and it's owned by another company. This again mimics traditional sports, which esports has been trying to mimic for years, going on a decade. And there's an opportunity for those orgs to sponsor teams or invest in emotional ideas, right? Have a slice of the pie, have a seat at the table. That opportunity is here in battle racing, where it basically doesn't exist anywhere else in the professional esports ecosystem.
So well, Marcus, you said something that I've been thinking about a lot. We have a store here in Memphis called I wanted to say Schnucks, but it's not called Schnucks. We have a store here in Memphis that is it has a tagline where it says it's owned by the people. So the general community actually owns shares in this grocery store, which inclines people to want to shop there more often. And that's kind of what I see as an opportunity for battle racing, is what if we got this in a position where the league was actually owned by the people? I think what major team is doing it? The Green Bay Packers. Aren't they owned by the general and the people in that city?
Yeah, they can't make the decisions, but they own. Yeah, they have actually shares. Yeah.
I would love to see something like that.
Well, and now we talk about crypto and blockchain. We've had that conversation multiple times on this podcast. The centralized autonomous organizations, DAOs, would allow that to happen. You not only would have the ownership as shares, but that ownership also has basically voting rights.
And also with the legalization of gambling, oh my gosh, like it's just so much revenue to be involved. So are you? I know you said you're going to start having individuals race each other. When is that going to happen? Is that something that's going to be first quarter next year, fourth quarter next year? When do you see that starting to happen?
I would like to see our first race happen in December. I'm just trying to secure a deal with the local track that I have here. As long as they give me the thumbs up, I got the vehicles here. I got the people that already signed up. We just ready to rock and roll. So, yeah.
Oh, and, like next month, December.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, wow.
So, only got 2 prototypes, but again, people want to see how people react to them. So again, I just started my own YouTube channel called Battle Racing Live. And on that channel, I go out and interview people, see what they think about a new motorsport, a new gamified motorsport, and then invite them out to actually try it out. And what we're going to have is what we call the Battle Racing Gauntlet. It's a series of challenges that you can participate in using the vehicles. And then we will film their experiences, and then whoever comes out on top of that, we will allow them to race 1 versus 1. And we will record that experience and then go on to the next group. So yeah, I hope to start that here in the next month. But the channel actually releases our first episode here in the next week. But the first challenges is hoping to have happen in the next month.
Yeah, we need to get those some of the Grizzlies out there to drive. And you know what? Because you are esports, Mr. Marcus, I think you should definitely make that introduction with Hip Hop Gamer. I think him coming out there driving, I think that would be very cool. to hear. Oh, snaps going around the corner.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah, man, this is so dope, man.
Let's see what else is in here.
Forms for your friends and family to watch. Landmines. These innovative landmine floor tags constantly change color throughout the race, providing either an advantage or disadvantage when driven over. For example, green is a quick speed boost, red is major damage, and purple will restore your health.
So pause there real quickly, Marcus. this is one thing that I'm excited to see. So professional drivers, this may be one of their weaknesses, because a professional driver, their goal is to keep it tight going around the corners because you don't want nobody to overtake you. But what if you're low on health and that purple landmine requires you to get out of your tightness to drive over it? Now you got to make a decision. Do I compromise my spot to go drive over this purple landmine because I need to restore my health? Or do I just sacrifice and keep driving at the speed I am, knowing that the person behind me may have a faster vehicle because they have more health? You see, now you can't just use regular driving skills, because if you just keep driving and I'm behind you, you know what I'm gonna keep doing? I'm gonna keep shooting you until your vehicle goes so slow that it's gonna force you to go over there and veer off and drive over a purple landmine. You see, it's a new game now.
And what if you think that where it looks like it's a purple landmine until right before you get to it, it turns to a red one?
There you go. So now you made that risk and you made it too late because you took too much time thinking about it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So talk about the landmine. So of course, as you drive, you kind of see one terrain, you kind of see one layout. Is it a way? Think about Mario Kart. You have different levels, you have different courses. So when individuals are actually online watching this, are they going to see the course that the drivers see, or is it going to be changed where it looks different?
So I mean, 9 times out of 10, once a go-kart track is made, it's made. Now I have seen newer go-kart tracks where they may have a quarter mile on the right and another quarter mile on the left, and you can combine them sometimes to make a whole half a mile indoors. But for the most part, the track is made. But what's special about our technology is that we will place these landmines everywhere. And so they're constantly changing colors, going from red to yellow to blue to green to purple. It's constantly changing. And not only that, we have something called acceleration, deceleration zones. Those are different than landmines. So if you've seen the track, those green strips or those red chevrons, you drive your vehicle over there, your vehicle has a constant boost as long as you're staying on that. But I wouldn't stay on it too long because it may flip to red. Now all of a sudden you were speed boosting. Now you didn't get a large drag off of slowing down. So again, you're gonna have to be on your P's and Q's. If you're driving over it and you're sped up and all of a sudden it's turning red, you need to hurry up and get off of it. So it's going to be a learning curve for you to learn. That's why I say this is going to be a very fun sport to watch, because it may look like one guy's in the front, and all of a sudden, he made the wrong move. So yeah, I'm excited to see
my question was more for like an interface standpoint. So again, the driver sees the course, but if it's a way that, I don't know if it is, but from a gaming standpoint, if you play Mario Kart, like the courses look different. So for the person who's watching this on their social media feed, if it's a way that you can make like the course look like it's sand or it's ice, right?
Because most definitely. We do have some ideas for that. I want to incorporate tunnels around certain parts of the track, and I wanted to interlay inside of the tunnel with high definition screens. So the first time you drive through, it looks like you're driving through Antarctica. Next time, it looks like you're driving through the Sahara Desert. But that's just bells and whistles,
Yeah. Now this is so dope, man.
So the environment, Disney told us we can do that. So, Disney, we can make the environment look like whatever. And that's really what I'm excited about. My goal one day is to get to a point where we can make the ground a whole display screen. And if we can do that, you can change the ground to look like whatever you want it to look like. It'll probably take me a couple more years to get that figured out, but we got a lot of room to work.
That's dope.
Is rewarded with a battle score based on their player position. At the end of the race, your battle score will reflect your placement on the national and global tier ranking.
So you have battle coins here. Can you talk about that a bit? Because it seems like that's a cryptocurrency opportunity.
Oh, esports! I see you. I see you.
Yeah. That's one more that's not on here, which is experience points. So you know how we talked about at the end of every year, your points restart, your battle score restarts, but you can keep your experience points just so we can see how long you've been playing and participating. But yeah, the battle coins. So our goal for using that is the battle coins are half of whatever your battle score is. And you can use those to customize your vehicle avatar or even purchase some extra power items before the beginning of the race. And inside of each facility, it might be a chance for you to redeem that for actual physical merchandise. So yeah, there's so many avenues we can use the battle coins for.
That's so dope.
Yeah, I think it would be brilliant if you had enough of them, you could redeem them for free rides, right? So,
Most definitely.
I think one of the great things that cryptocurrency can do is become kind of a substitute, not a substitute, but a complement to cash, especially if you don't have cash.
Yes.
So let's say like communities, most likely more urban communities where it's like lower average income, they may not be able to traditionally afford to go race or even attend a race for NASCAR or Formula One. If they're really good at this and they're passionate about it and they're winning a lot, they are leveraging their skill to and these battle coins to give them more opportunity, more access than they would have had in our normal society.
That's correct.
It's equitable.
We have so many tricks up our sleeves that I'm just excited. Like I got competitors, but they ain't in my brain. Marcus, you know me. They ain't in my brain. I got so many things that I'm like, this is not to be a one and done sport. We got so many levels to add to this. I'm just excited to see people's thoughts.
Nah, this is awesome, man.
I think that's the end of the video, man. This has been amazing, and you're right here at the ground floor, right? You got your prototypes done, you got your patents done, you got what, 3 patents?
Yes, sir.
Right, so you're ready. You're almost ready to be off to the races. How can people who are interested in all of this get more information, get involved? Maybe have a piece of the company. Where can people find out more, and what opportunities do they have to get involved?
Yeah, so we're exploring a lot of different ideas right now. I will say, if you're interested in learning more about the sport itself, you can go to battleracing.com. I have to make sure I'm very clear. .com. I do have a competitor that's named .tech. And if you look at the 2 different products, you know which one is not me. But if you want to learn more about the company, then go to emotionalidealsinc.com. And from there, you can learn about investment opportunities. You can learn more about the team. Soon, within the next few weeks, we're going to start selling merchandise. And you can be a part of what we call Team Alpha. Team Alpha is a special group of early supporters. We're going to be, for a limited time, we're going to be selling T-shirts and hoodies. And it's going to be called Team Alpha Battle Racing hoodies and T-shirts. And that's going to be a special group that I plan to honor forever, basically. You know, the people that was a part of this project forever. Now, as far as having part of ownership, we're looking at different opportunities that may be there. But as always, if you're an angel investor, or if you are an individual that believe you can not only provide financial assistance, but some wisdom, holler at me. I think we got something that we can make history with, and I'm open to hearing wisdom.
So let's, because we talk about business. I know we got a couple of minutes, but just from a funding standpoint, so how is that not maybe process been going? But are you looking more for like the crowd funding way? Are you looking for more the individual investor? Are you done with your friends and family round? Are you on your CA round? Like, tell everybody kind of where you are and kind of what you're looking for from an investment standpoint.
Yeah. So in friends and family round, we raised $300K from friends and family. I'm always looking for friends and family, but as we step up to this next round, our goal now is to raise around $3 million to go ahead and take it from prototype to MVP and do like a road show across the country. Crowdfunding wise, that's something that we're considering. I will say it's kind of a two-edged sword, because if I do the crowdfunding side, I'm hearing that some bigger VCs may not be happy about that. So it's tit for tat, trying to figure out which way to go with that. So I would say let the best check win.
Yeah. Now,
would you consider a strategic investment? So let's say like I'll just throw out the names up there, like NASCAR or Formula One. Like, would that be a strategic investment you would consider?
Yeah, most definitely.
Most definitely. Company.
Most definitely. Or even if it's like a what do you call it, endemic brand? If that's a company that wants to be a part of this and they want to invest to say, hey, we just want to find a way to tie our name to this new sport. That's in the world of sponsorships. I'm down for it.
Nah, that's dope. And so are you looking for more? Because I know you said the check, but is it more not say strategic, but more of the of like the advice, and I'm giving you money, but I want to kind of be a part of it and let it run, or you kind of want more of like the silent investor that hey, you do what you do, I just believe in you, and you just kind of just keep it moving.
I definitely want somebody that believes in me. We ain't do all this work and time for nothing. I'm one of those founders that's definitely open for wisdom. open for advice. But what they say, let me cook. I've been in the kitchen. Let me finish making my meal. Don't come in there trying to tell me how to make my meal. But that's definitely be ready to taste it when it's done and tell me how it tastes. So definitely looking for somebody to trust in me. I'm not being arrogant, but we spent a lot of time studying to get to this point. So if anyone comes on board, I say believe in us. Ask your questions. I'm down for all of that because I think I'm building something that's bigger than myself, bigger than the company. I believe we're building something that can truly be impactful. I was talking with a group the other day, and they were just basically exploring the ideas that when battle racing becomes a professional sport, that opens up all types of doors for jobs, STEM programs. It now can it's another way to encourage kids or motivate children that want to get into gaming. Battle racing will open up so many doors from coding to UI UX design, from mechanical engineering. This whole thing opens up so many doors that traditional sports on their own couldn't open up.
That's dope. And I have one last question because it's always it's like we always see the glory, we always say that the glitz and the glamour, but tell people like some of the sacrifices that you've done over the years to kind of get it to this point. Um, not the struggles, but the roadblocks that you had to kind of go through to get where you're at today.
Yeah, I mean, funding. One thing I had to truly understand is that it takes money to make money, and so for me, yes, I raised friends and family, but I also maxed out my own credit cards, refinanced my home. I had to put my own skin in the game as well to get this here, and that wasn't always an easy thing. Um, Working multiple jobs trying to make this happen, because if others not going to believe in your project, you can't just sit around all day waiting for somebody to write you a check. You're gonna have to figure out how to make it happen. And so one thing that really helped me was the mental thought process of not um, how I can't do it, but how can I do it? So when I shifted my mindset from what I can't do to how can I, sometimes I didn't have the money, but when I started to think about how can I, it started to, sometimes like some of the power items, I didn't have enough money to work with a graphic designer. So I drew it out on paper, found somebody on Fiverr that converted it into a PNG, then sent it to my game developer to add it type deal, So, sometimes you can't be limited by what you don't know or what you didn't grow up to be. And so I've done a lot with this project that I couldn't do because I wasn't an engineer or I wasn't a coder or I wasn't a gaming designer. But I got in where I needed to be to make this happen. So, you know, I can kind of go all day about this subject, but battle racing almost didn't happen. So I'm glad we're here now.
Nah, that's dope, man. And to your point, like if you put everything, blood, sweat, tears, finances into something like I think investors and people in general will want to support you, but I think investors, will definitely want to support you because of that as well. So this is awesome, though, man. I got nothing else to say. This is awesome. I'm speechless. I don't know the last time I've been speechless, but I'm speechless right now, man. This is awesome. This is truly awesome.
Congrats to everything you've done so far, everything you and your team have accomplished. I know it's a strong team supporting you,
Yeah.
and your family supporting you. Right, you're not doing that by yourself. You're not an island.
Most definitely.
We support you. Everybody watching supports you. Where can they follow you and continue to follow this journey, and how can we help you?
So like I said, this new YouTube page we'll create it. We're on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and that's where we're going to start showcasing these interviews, these street interviews, these battle racing challenges. I would say follow us, keep up with the content, share it. I think this is a story that's not only interesting from a financial perspective, but it's interesting from a new generation, new tech company, new sport. you know, I don't know the last time I've actually got a chance to watch a sport be created from the ground up. And this is something that's very exciting that I think we're going to look up 10 years from now and people are going to wonder, how did this start? And I'm going to tell them, watch this podcast.
That's what's up. Well, one more thing before you go. I don't know if you can see any comments that have come in from our guests. If you can, if you would pick somebody who either asked a question or made a comment that just really resonated with you, we would love to give them a free copy of Mario's book, Relax Investor, and a digital copy, free digital copy of his book, and a free digital copy of my book as well. And for those of you who haven't gotten my book yet, Joshua and his team in battle racing are actually featured in the book.
Well, you know what? I guess I would have to give it to J.K. Fitton, only because he says he's actually thought about this concept a few years ago. And I love hearing people say that, because a lot of people tell me that. They say, I thought about that concept. So the fact that everybody's thought about it tells me that it should have been here by now, or that now it's time to be there. So we definitely feel like there's a market that's waiting to watch this happen.
Excellent, excellent. Well, congratulations. We'll get your copies to you after the show. Next week, we will be taking a break from the show because it's Thanksgiving. So we'll be doing some traveling, spending some quality time with family and friends. But we'll see you the week after, eating some turkey, tryptophan, right? Getting the itis. But we will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you all for your time. Can't wait to share more insights with you in 2 weeks and help you level up your wealth. Y'all have a good evening. Peace. Oh, I didn't even let you sign off, Mario. Mario, we didn't sign off yet. How can people support you, Mario?
I'm speechless. Nah, y'all either Google Mario Payne, MARIOPAYNE, or at Painful Profits, PAYNEFUL Profits. Because when we make money, it's painful. Just like with Joshua, it's painful doing it. When he makes those profits, it's gonna be a good day. So yeah, definitely at me. Almost at 11,000 followers, so definitely happy. So Painful Profits.
All right then. And again, if you want a free shout out on LinkedIn and you want to play some video games, bit.ly/game on LinkedIn. Now for real, we're gone. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Y'all enjoy.